apostrophe needs to be inside a string, I need to write the backslash. This string literal is a multiple line string literal, and this is mainly how you will use it. For I in S, scribe plus like. Now when I print this, the table looks like this. 70, as you can see, capital F. Now just the first letter. Hello coders, welcome to my channel. I'm David, your guide to mastering programming. Strings are everywhere in Python, but do you really understand how they work? From different types of quotes to powerful string functions. Let's break it down. String is a sequence of characters. To create a string, you need to open the quotes and write some text. For example, don't. Now I'll print this. As you can see, don't is displayed. But what if I want to create the same string literal using apostrophes? You'll see what will happen. As you can see, this apostrophe denotes the end of this string literal. So this T is not included, even though I wrote this last apostrophe. This T is still not inside our string literal. If I want to tell Python that this apostrophe needs to be inside a string, I need to write the backslash. Now, as you can see, T is green. When I print this, it works perfectly fine. The same problem occurs with quotes. If I write quote here, as you can see, it still doesn't work. But if I write backslash, now it works. If you know your string is going to have more quotes, it's more efficient to use apostrophes to create a string literal. But if you know your string is going to have more apostrophes, then it's more efficient to use quotes to create a string literal. There is a third way. We can create string literals using triple quotes. This string literal is a multiple line string literal, which means I can have multiple lines here. For example, I can write something like this. Subscribe and like. Now when I print this, as you can see, this exact same string is printed, but with one extra enter. If you want to omit that enter, you can write backslash here. Now, as you can see, it works just like we wanted. You can have enter character inside these quotes and apostrophes, but you need to write a special character for that, which is backslash n. Now, when I print this, I'll comment these two. Now, as you can see, Don and T is in the next line, just like how we wanted. My recommendation is to pick one, either quotes or apostrophes, and use that, if you don't need to store more paragraphs with multiple lines. In that case, I recommend triple quotes. Strings also support indexing, just like lists. If you haven't watched that video, the link to it is in the description below and in the upper right corner now. For example, I'll write S equals subscribe. Now, to access, for example, this U, I need to write print, then the string name, open the square brackets, and write the position, which is 1. Now, as you can see, U is printed. To access all of them, I can use range for I in range. Now, I could just count all of these and write the length of this string, but I could use a function len and pass it a string inside, and this function will return the size of this string. Now, for example, print s I. As you can see, subscribe is printed, each character in separate line. Also, I can write it another way, which is more efficient, and this is mainly how you will use it. For I in S, because S is a sequence, just like range creates a sequence of numbers, I will become each character one by one until the end of the string. Now I can just print I. As you can see, the result is the same. Strings support two operations. First is addition, which is simple merging of two strings, which means I need to add two strings. I can't have here, for example, an int. It won't work. Subscribe plus like. Now when I print this, these two will be merged. As you can see, these two string literals are merged. Also, strings support multiplication, in which case one has to be an integer type and the other has to be a string type. Now, S will have two subscribes merged. When I write this, as you can see, subscribe is printed. 5, as you can see, 5 subscribes are merged. In my video on typecasting, I mentioned that you can convert int to string, and that's possible because every character has its numeric value. And the table with all those values is called ASCII code. As you can see, the table looks like this. Here are the values in different numeric systems, and here are the characters, the symbols. As you can see, for example, 0 has a value of 48, and capital A has a value of 65. For example, now if I want to convert an integer 70 to a string, I would look the value 70 and the symbol that it matches, which is F, and when I convert, it would give me F. For example, to convert int to a string, I need to use the function char, and here write the int value, for example 70, and when I print this as, I expect to see capital F. As you can see, capital F is printed. But what if I want to convert from string to integer? It works the same. I can see that this F has a value of 70, so when I want to see what value F has, I will simply look at the table and see that it has a value of 70. To get the ASCII code value of a character, you need to write the function ord, and then inside write the character, for example, capital F. Now when I print this num, it will give me 70. As you can see, 70. Another useful function is, for example, if I have a string s1 name David. Now if I want to make all these letters capital, I can write print s1 dot upper. Now when I run this code, all the letters in David are capital. If I write print s2 lower, now all the letters will be small. As you can see, David. I mean, they're already small. I'll make them big so you can see David. As you can see, they're all small. For example, I can print, if I want just the first one to be capital, I can write s1.title. Now just the first letter is capital. Now if I want to check if all letters are capital or lower, I can print s1 and then write is lower. This will check if all the letters are small. Now when I run this, you'll see true because all the letters are small. But if I run print s1 is upper, when I run this, you'll see false because all the letters are small. But if I have, for example, David, I'll comment this so it doesn't overwhelm our is upper. As you can see, it says true because all the letters are capital. Another useful function is replace. The replace function replaces a string for another string. For example, I'll have new string x and it will have value s1.replace. Now the first one is the string part or a letter that I want to replace. For example, I want to replace all the D's with K. Now when I print X, I expect to see Kavik. As you can see, Kavik is printed. Also, it could work if I write more than one character, for example, 2. Now I expect to see Quid. As you can see, Quid is printed. I hope you found this video helpful. Like and subscribe for more coding content. See you in my next video. Until then, keep coding.